Did you see Paul's recent tweet about Suicide Squad? You mean the build that he had? The build video? Or was there another one? Oh, you're talking about the Suicide Squad now peaking at 2,000 on Steam with lowest under 1,000? Talk about that one? Let me bring back Exhibit A. Exhibit A of the tweet that we just read. Pal World. Okay? Exhibit A. It's okay to go play something else. You don't have to play that game nonstop. Suicide Squad themselves even said that. When someone shows this, when they show this means fucking nothing to me. And here's how I'll defend this. You ready for this? My YouTube channel, I have an average of 34 people. Okay. To everybody else, my channel is fucking done, dead on arrival. Okay. But I make money, ad revenue, membership. Okay. This looks like my chart. This looks like my chart on my YouTube channel, and I'm fine. I'm also not a big, massive corporation, but my point is, they're fine. They're fine because they made money off the top end, and they're going to be supporting this game if you like it or not. I'm not saying you personally, right? I'm just saying that they're going to support this game with the content they've made to see if they can recoup their money. Those are facts, right? They've already spent the money on this game. The devs are making their money, right? And they're going to support this game until they realize, okay, this is all we got in the game, and then we'll close the game down in a year and a half or 2 years. Oh my God, the game's dying. But even if it does die, Water, we played it, right? You played it. I played it. You played through the campaign. You played through the end game. You got to a certain point, and you put the game down. This game has no FOMO. People can take breaks from the game to play other stuff. Yeah. If I was Rocksteady, I'd say release it Season 1 early. If they release Season 1 early, that means that, what, are they going to release Season 2 early? Then Season 3 earlier? You know what I mean? Stay on course. Stay on course. Like, let's say they wanted to sell 5 million copies. Again, well, actually, let's go with, hold on a second. I'm assuming the game costs around 250 to 300 million. Right? So we can base it off of Spider-Man. Let's just say it cost the exact same amount as Spider-Man. I think this game sold at least 3.5 to 4 million copies across all platforms. Console, PlayStation, Xbox. I'll say 3.5 to 4 million copies across all platforms. Now, as the public perception, that's a failure. Now, this game is not dead because it's not a one and done game. It's a game that they launched. They made the $100 version, right? And 2.5 million people, maybe a million of the 3.5 to 4 million people bought it early. Okay. So they got the $100 early access. There's a lot of people playing it on day one. Well, preload day. Okay. Then everyone else bought it on the regular price. So let's just say they made, I don't know, 4 million. They need to sell 7 million, just like Spider-Man would. They sold 4.5. So let's just say with the extra $100, they made maybe 5 million copies. Okay. Now, for the next year, they have to sell the remainder amount of money through microtransactions and, you know, people coming in Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. They go, oh, more content in the game. I'll pick it up for $50. I'll pick it up for $40. I think they make their money back. I don't think it's all hell will break loose, fire's happening, and they're like, nothing to see here. I think they're fine. Only because there's no FOMO. If there was FOMO, I think we have a problem. But because you can get everything on the Battle Pass not even in the game yet, okay? If there was FOMO in the game, I think there was major problem. But because there's no FOMO, you can come back anytime, play the game, get the season passes. I think it's fine. I think launches for the games needs to be as big as possible to make it as big as creator as possible. It's harder to walk out of the creator and the creator gets noticed. Well, look at, again, we had a conversation about No Man's Sky. I know it's a different situation, but in the long term, they've made their money. Like, they were popular in the beginning and then it shit on them afterward. But since then, people come back and pay $40 for that game and they can constantly make consistent, right? There's no FOMO in that game, right? There's no FOMO in that game. And there's no FOMO in this game. Dude says, is this thing really in that much trouble already? I don't think it is. I think as the 45 articles from IGN make it seem like it's worth. I think the expectations for certain, and again, I'm all speculating, giving my thought, right? Pal World thought they were going to sell 50,000 copies. Not sell. Current player base of 50,000. They ended up with 2 million. Maybe Suicide Squad went in knowing, okay, we'll expect concurrent, 500,000, a million people. They didn't come close on Steam. But overall, maybe they hit that number. We don't know that number. You know what I mean? We don't know that number. I think they knew, based on the future, or the past, I should say, that their game was going to be in this mid-tier type of area and trying to win people over. They're still sponsoring people, right? They're still sponsoring videos on YouTube right now. Legacy Gaming have done 2 videos. What do you do after the campaign? What's the end game? They sponsored twice now. At one point, it was the top of the UK charts. It's still in the top 10 on PlayStation being played. It's in the top 20 on Xbox. There's also a lot less people that own an Xbox, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Altern. I mean, sure, number 1 could have sold like 10 copies and number 10 could have sold 1 copy and it's in the top 10. Right, but it's in the top 10 on PlayStation. I think they sold around 3.5, 4 million copies. And then with the extra money they made from the early access, I think you can go up to about 4.5 to 5. They need to sell 7 to be profitable, and I think they will hit that. But we'll see. I'm sure Jason Schreier will have a nice article coming out. I'm sure someone will speculate and come out with actual leaked information, what the sales are. But as much as I'm speculating, people speculating about what the Steam chart numbers are, and saying that that's the game. Most people buy looter shooters on console. I mean, here, let's go to Steam charts. Is this game dying? Is this game dying? DC Universe Online on Steam, right? All-time peak, 3,112 people. If the game was dying, why would they do an upgrade for this game to come on the next console? Like, why would they do an upgrade if there's only 510 people playing at the 10-minute mark, right? Why would they update it? Well, let's be honest though. Destiny didn't come out on PC right away, right? Came out on PC later. It's only on console. I love how people always use the stats, right? People love moving the goalposts because they like to use whatever stats from whatever makes them sound better. It's like one of those actors that have a over-the-top death. They get so dramatic it takes a while for them to die. Like Denzel Washington, for example, in Training Day. As he says, it has 81% user score on Steam. PlayStation has about an 88% and 4.43 out of 5. Don't know about Xbox. What game is that for, Krebsy? Is that for DC Universe Online or is that for Suicide Squad? Suicide Squad. Okay. Yeah. I just think it's funny. People grab what they have. Like, but if you say this for another game that no one's shitting, right? Like no one's shitting on DC Universe Online, and yet the all-time peak is 3,000, and it's still going strong. Like you go on the servers, there's tons of people still playing this game. I was talking about Destiny 1 Altern. Like in the beginning, not Destiny 2. So if you're talking about Destiny 2, yeah, it was on PC on Destiny 2. No, see, I wouldn't agree that the user score is more important than critics because so many minute people review games. So many people don't review games or don't read reviews. They don't even care about it. It's a small percentage of people. Like, I'm not saying they don't matter, but there's so many people that don't review games. I would say out of 10 people, maybe one person reviews a game, right? Like what game? Here, 6.5 million people bought Starfield, okay? 6.5 million people bought Starfield on Steam. I'm trying to open Steam right now. Hold on. Okay. 6.5 million people bought it on Steam. 93,000 people have reviews. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot more people that didn't leave a review than left a review. So sure, 93,000 people left a review, and those people, you're like, oh yeah, it's got a lot of reviews, and this is what it's sitting at mixed and whatnot. In my opinion, 90,000 people is enough to have a general consensus about the game. Okay. But if 93,000 of 6.5 million, what's more of a consensus? If the people don't leave reviews, does that mean they're enjoying the game or shitting on the game, right? If you're going to take the minority of the consensus as the majority of what the game is that right? I don't know, right? You're taking the minority and making it the majority, where the majority of the player base just played the game, enjoys the game, right? 6.5 million people play the game, bought it, but only 330,000 people played it consistently together at one time. Like, I understand how things work. Like, someone knocks on my door and says, hey, what do you think about this? And they go, average person, 4 people live in this house. 3 people live in this house, but 4 people live in this house. And they're like, we did a consensus and 1.2 million people think this way. But they only interviewed 100,000 people. If you think Starfield's a 6 out of 10, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that if you're a person that reads reviews and you know that 6 million people bought the game, actually, I don't even think those people know that 6 million people bought the game. They just look at okay, 90,000 people bought the game, right? What's another popular game that came out like recently? Like Skyrim is one of the most popular games in existence, right? 69,000 all-time peak on PC. 90,000 for the original game, but it sold 60 million copies. Man, I don't know. What am I supposed to believe? Starfield had so much noise around it last year. Most talked about the game. So many people could not wait to crap over it. I'm just saying that Steam is not the almighty powerful number that everyone thinks, because reviews are still the minority, the minority of the majority of the people playing the game. 7 million copies, 90,000 reviews. By that logic, I would think the people that are not leaving reviews are enjoying themselves so much they're not leaving a review. Or are they shitting on it so bad, they hate it so much that they wouldn't leave a review, and more people hate it than love it? I don't know. Now, if you sell 1 million copies and you got like 990,000 people telling you it's mostly mixed, then sure, reviews are too much work. I've never left a review, ever. Even when I hated a game, I've never left a review. In my 42 years playing video games, I've never left a review. I don't even leave the fucking star. Like on Xbox, it's like, how did you like? Never. I never left a review for Xbox when they say at the end of your gameplay for the cloud, it says, hey, survey. I don't even fill that shit out either. Never? Pussy. Yeah, I've never left a review. Hell, Pal World's got pretty good numbers. 216,000 of 2 million people. Actually, I'm sorry. How many people? 12 million people. 12 million people bought it on Steam. 216,000 left a review. That's a whole lot of people that didn't leave a fucking review. 7 million people played it on Xbox. 12 million people played it on Steam. Okay? 216,000 left a review. Salty says, I got better things to do, like play the fucking game. Android reviews. What a pain in the ass. All I'm saying is, my review process is pretty simple, right? I walk in the past, I've said this before, I walk into the store, I grab the box, I look at the box. Here's what it checks. Cover the box. Does it look cool? Looks cool. Pick it up off the shelf. Turn box over. Look at the picture. Okay, pictures look cool. Gameplay looks cool. Let me read the synopsis. Read synopsis. Read the synopsis, and then go, yeah, don't like it. I'll pick it up later. Game I like. Cool box. Cool name. Gameplay looks good. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one. Go buy it. Play it. Like it. Never leave a review. Never leave a review. Hence why I don't look at reviews. First review I was in Suicide Squad because I thought it was getting too much hate. Well, here's another thing, right? Just like you look at reviews of games, reviews more now are more pointless, even more now. Because you have the people that give it 100, right? No game is ever 100. Get out of it. No game is perfect, okay? There's hundreds out there, and you're like, no, those are there because there's zeros. That's to counterbalance the zeros. So you got to get rid of all the hundreds. You got to get rid of all the zeros, okay? I left a review for Shadows of War back in the day because I had a hard-on for the Nemesis system. I played a lot of games in Steam. I only have put one review, and it was for Valheim, because I didn't like some of the aspects of the game, and it hopes the devs see it in review and add more. Look, I'm not saying people can't get value out of reviews. Saying majority of the population doesn't leave reviews, doesn't read reviews. They don't care about reviews. If the people cared so much about reviews, wouldn't people leave more reviews so their opinion could also matter? Or does the majority of the players doesn't give a shit about reviews and they're just like, this person says they hate it, I'm gonna give it a shot? Because obviously if people read reviews, then all games that were very low, they wouldn't have any sales whatsoever, but they still sold 7 million copies, but they only have 60,000 reviews. That's a lot. This is true. I did it more, I think, because I was bored. Ever since the new patch, Boomerang's build is fucking destroying. I love it. I haven't messed around. We played yesterday, me and Mr. Luke, and we were getting stomped. What level were you playing on, Eclipse? What was your mastery level? We were playing level 30 mastery levels, and we were getting destroyed. Right? I don't think reviews should be 38 now mastery level. Okay. I don't think reviews should be a ground of a bitch fest. But I do get it, because it's like, just like Kuda Papa said, he wanted the devs to see it, read it, so they could make change. And I think there's a difference, right? And I think that's where Discord comes in, where Discord people leave like a feedback, not a review. It's like, hey, your UI is broke, or this gun's not working. That's feedback, not I'm giving your game a 2 out of 10 because it has loads. That to me is not feedback. That's you shitting on a game because you don't like load screens and they happen to have loads, or something along the lines of that. You know what I'm saying? It's got a 19% here and a 90% over here. You take the middle, and that's what the game is. If you want to take a, right, you can't take just the hard critics or the reviews over here. You got to put them together and go, all right, well, that's 20 and that's 80, so it's around a 45 to 50%. Warranted. 2 out of 10. Yeah, I like the game, but there are so many things that made me put the Valheim down. I had to put the review so people know that those things bother them. Wait for an update or buy other games. Sure, but what I'm saying, Altern, is you left a review because you were passionate about it, right? Most people don't even look. So an average is what you get by averaging the opinions of 90K. But what I'm saying, Krebsy, is the people take it for verbatim for what it is. I'm telling you, I don't look at just the critics or just the review on Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes. I don't even look at reviews. I don't read reviews. I don't. The only reason I read reviews is for content on the YouTube channel, reading what people say about certain things because it's fucking fun, okay? Other than that, I don't read reviews. I don't look at reviews. Never have. I do the eye test. I see your game. Game looks interesting. I'm interested. Look at your game. Doesn't look interesting. Don't play it. No matter what anyone says. If I read a review and they were shitting all over it, I go, I'm still going to buy it. I think it looks cool. And apparently, I'm part of the majority because I don't leave reviews. And there's, what, 6.4 million people on Steam that bought the game that didn't leave a review. I have no remorse, Eclipse, if I buy a game and the population thinks it's a bad game. I still had fun. Exactly, Z. Most games, and this is I'm saying the eye test. You have videos. The old school is pull the box off the thing, turn it around, look at the pictures, the 4 pictures. That's it. That's it. This is all you get. This is it. Box cover looks cool. I know Marvel. I know Guardians of the Galaxy. Flip it over. Lead the Guardian. Fire up wild ride across. All right, I'm gonna get it. Be honest, it used to be look at the box, take the blockbuster box, and then the counter. That's it. That's it, Z. Can you imagine the amount? Look, to get this game now on Steam, I could click on the video. I can listen to it. I can watch it. I can click on these things and see the pictures of the graphic, okay? Right? I don't even care about what the reviews is, right? Just look at it, right? I can go to YouTube, type it in, who's playing, gameplay. I can go to live, Twitch, or YouTube Live. Hey, you like the game? Good? A lot? Is it worth the money? Yeah. You can ask 1,000 fucking questions, and then people are still like, I was lied to. Huh? 4 pictures? What fancy game was that? In my day, there were only 2 pictures. And here's the best part. You look at a game, you're like, well, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. That looks interesting. The gameplay looks interesting. Okay. And then you scroll down and go, $30. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. I'll pick it up for $30, right? Because at the end of the day, video games is still pound for pound the best buck, dollar for dollar, okay? Best piece of entertainment. $70 for a game? You put 120 hours in? I put 192 hours into Starfield, and I didn't pay for it, right? Even if I was just playing Starfield on Game Pass the last 5 months, that's $50, which is still not $70 yet, and I still had other games to play. But if I was just playing Starfield for $10 a month and I put 192 hours in, to go, yeah, it's totally not worth it. I don't know what the fuck you're smoking. I don't know what anyone's smoking for any game. Imagine a Blockbuster back in the day just had a book of metric scores, game of like a cheat code book. You went to Blockbuster, you just picked up and rent this tonight. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna try it. Insane thing. But I digress, 'cause I'm done.